The movie opens inside a heavily guarded secret facility. We see many children inside, all with shaved heads. Workers are marking symbols on the backs of their heads to identify them by numbers instead of names. It becomes clear that these kids are being trained to use weapons and fight. They're being turned into professional killers. We then cut to London, where we see Mike, an Interpol agent, coming home late at night. As soon as he turns on the lights, he finds a professional killer standing in front of him, gun pointed at him. This is Agent 47. But the surprise? 47 isn't there to kill him, he's there to talk. When Mike questions what's going on, 47 tells him that if he really wanted him dead, it would have happened a long time ago. He's had plenty of chances, but chose not to. Agent 47 starts telling him about his life. How he was raised from a young age in a secret facility called the Organization, where he was trained to become a serial killer. He tells Mike they're going to flash back to his first mission from 3 months ago. We jump back in time to Niger, where the Organization assigned Agent 47 to assassinate a dangerous gang leader. On that same day, the gang leader discovered that one of his men had betrayed him. He found some stolen money and decided to torture the guy to make him confess. The men refused to talk, so the boss cut off his arm and threatened to keep torturing him until he spoke. But when he looked at the guy's tongue, he noticed a string going down his throat. The men told him that an American had planted a bomb inside his body. And sure enough, the bomb exploded, killing everyone. At the same time, Mike had arrived in Niger and asked the army commander for help capturing a dangerous criminal. But the commander refused, saying Mike came from France and was making demands in their country. Mike tried to explain that Agent 47 was responsible for over 100 murders around the world, but the commander stood firm. Then we shift to Russia, where we find Agent 47 sitting at a hotel bar, showing zero interest in talking to anyone. Even when a beautiful woman tries to speak to him, he ignores her and heads to his room. He checks all the traps he set to make sure no one's been inside, then opens his laptop, which he uses to receive mission orders. The computer informs him of his next mission: assassinate the new Russian president. But there's a catch: it has to be done publicly, in front of a crowd, to send a clear message. At first, 47 refuses. He's used to working in the shadows. But the computer insists. The client who requested the job demanded it be public. If 47 doesn't agree, the job will be reassigned. So he accepts. On the day of the mission, we see President Belikov in the middle of a massive crowd. Suddenly, one of his guards drops dead. Before Belikov can react, he's shot in the head and dies instantly. Mission accomplished. Agent 47 blows up the building he used for the shot and heads for the airport. But before he can leave, a message pops up on his laptop. A woman named Nika Baronina saw him. He has to eliminate her before getting paid. So, he decides to stay in Russia. The next day, he confronts Nika. But she doesn't recognize him, and doesn't even try to run. Suddenly, a bullet flies toward him but hits someone else instead. He realizes the organization has sent someone to kill him. He steals a car and escapes quickly. Meanwhile, Mike arrives in Russia. His assistant shows him a video of the president's assassination. But Mike notices something strange: the president is still alive. He's shocked, because this is the first time Agent 47 hasn't finished the job on the first try. Suddenly, Mike gets a call about the hotel where Agent 47 is staying. When he asks how they knew, they tell him the doorman recognized him from a photo. That stuns Mike even more, because nobody's supposed to have a photo of Agent 47 in the first place. Mike and his assistant, Genghis, felt something was off, but without wasting any time, they grabbed the special forces and headed straight to the hotel. At the same time, Agent 47 was sitting in front of his laptop. The system informed him that the president was still alive, meaning the mission had failed, and he wouldn't be getting paid. Agent 47 was confused. He was certain he'd killed the president. He asked the system who had ordered the hit, but it refused to answer. Just then, Mike and Genghis arrived at the hotel and found the special forces already surrounding the place. Mike tried to convince their commander that storming the building now would be risky. 47 had definitely prepared for this. But then an officer named Yuri stepped in and said they were going through with the raid anyway, adding that this wasn't Mike's operation to begin with. The forces began their assault on the hotel. At the same time, someone from the organization called Agent 47 and told him the person who ordered the hit was a man, and that his location had been compromised. He needed to get out immediately. Agent 47 quickly packed up, but just then he heard the trap he'd set at his room's door go off. He sprinted to the window and jumped out just before the room exploded. He dropped to the floor below, grabbed a cooler containing his weapons, and got ready for a fight. He managed to take out a large number of attackers. Meanwhile, Mike was searching for him through the hotel until he finally found him, and pulled a gun on him. But suddenly, a hotel maid walked in. Agent 47 seized the moment, dove out the window into the water below, and escaped. Afterward, Mike and Genghis went up to his room. The Special Forces commander told them they'd lost 16 men. Mike responded that it was because they rushed in, and he requested Yuri be removed from command. At that moment, we see Agent 47 buying a new suit. He looks at a photo of Bernina and sets out to find her. Back to Mike and Genghis, they found Agent 47's weapons bag. It was packed with extremely advanced gear. Yuri came in and asked to speak to Mike privately. He told him to stay out of this case as long as he was in Russia, because this wasn't his country. But Mike replied that he was sure Agent 47 never fails, and that the person who got killed wasn't the real president. Yuri told him to back off, but Mike decided to go solo and operate without coordinating with them. At the same time, Agent 47 was driving toward the hotel where Bernina was staying. When she opened the door, he pulled a gun on her and threw her in the trunk of his car. He took her to a secret hotel and began interrogating her. Bernina admitted she'd been seeing the president, he was her lover, but he'd kept the relationship hidden. Agent 47 asked how the president was still alive after being shot in the head. She claimed she didn't know. When he threatened her, she got scared and told him the truth, the man who died was a body double, not the real president. Agent 47 noticed a tattoo on her face that reminded him of when the organization tattooed him as a child. Bernina told him the president had a brother named Adri, a dangerous gang leader involved in arms trafficking. Agent 47 decided to keep her close, now they were both in danger. He told her they had to work together to expose the conspiracy instead of completing the mission and letting her die. Meanwhile, Mike was with the Special Forces commander, looking at a map of Russia's railway lines. Mike suspected Agent 47 would move through there, so he took his men and headed to the train station. Sure enough, Agent 47 and Bernina were there. At the exact moment, another agent from the organization arrived, sent to eliminate Agent 47. Jenkins and Mike are standing watch over the station. Agent 47 senses danger and tells Bernina to hide immediately. Then he spots the assassin sent to kill him, pretends not to notice, and lures him away. Mike catches a glimpse of the man targeting 47 and tells Jenkins to follow him. At the same time, Yuri's men are also after 47. He jumps down into the train tunnels, and only the assassin sees him and follows. They chase each other through the tunnels until they come face to face. A fight breaks out. Agent 47 gains the upper hand, knocks the guy down, and shoots him in the shoulder. Suddenly, he sees a shadow moving and takes off after it. The shadow leads him into an empty train car, where 3 more agents show up, all there to kill him for the bounty. They raise their weapons at each other, but decide to fight with swords instead of guns. 47 quickly kills 2 of them, then battles the third one until he finishes him off. After that, he goes back to the first assassin and finds him still alive, with Bernina hiding in a corner. Jenkins walks in, and 47 grabs him. That's when Mike shows up. The moment Mike sees Jenkins, he lowers his weapon. 47 uses that split second to shoot Mike in the chest. He's about to finish him off, but Bernina pleads with him to stop. He listens and escapes with her. Paramedics arrive and treat Mike and Jenkins. Then Yuri shows up and tells them to wrap up the mission and leave the country. That raises suspicion in both Mike and Jenkins, something doesn't feel right. Later, 47 tells Bernina to stay away from his line of work, and she promises. Meanwhile, Yuri returns to his office and makes a phone call. It looks like he's talking to President Belkov, but we find out this isn't the real president. It's a double, turns out, they're planning to get rid of both Agent 47 and Bernina. But what they don't know is that Mike and Jenkins planted a listening device in Yuri's jacket without him noticing. Just then, the police stop them. Mike tells the officer he's with Interpol, but the cop says they're being escorted to the airport to leave the country. That night, Bernina meets with a CIA agent named Smith. Meanwhile, Agent 47 is positioned on a rooftop with a sniper rifle, speaking to Smith through an earpiece. 47 tells him the man claiming to be Belkov isn't the real president, the real one was killed. Smith believes him, and offers him a new mission, assassinate Belkov's brother, Audrey, a major arms dealer. Smith explains that Audrey is about to meet someone named Bryce, someone he's never seen before. 47's mission is to kill Bryce, assume his identity, and meet with Audrey posing as him. Agent 47 agrees, but only on the condition that if he gets caught, the CIA gets him out. Smith agrees. The next morning, we see Agent 47 and Bernina in Istanbul, about to start the mission. They go to a restaurant where Bryce is waiting. 47 watches him carefully, and when a waiter passes by with drinks, 47 slips something into Bryce's glass with precision. Bryce drinks it, feels sudden pain, and heads to the restroom. 47 follows. Bryce's men search him before he enters, but 47 had already hidden a gun in the bathroom. He shoots the guard, and when the others rush in after hearing the gunshots, he kills them too. Then he injects Bryce with poison and kills him. After that, he grabs Bernina and escapes. In the next scene, they head to a lavish party hosted by Audrey at his palace. Agent 47 enters the party disguised as Bryce. He sits down with Audrey and the rest of the arms dealers. Audrey starts showing off his weapons, but 47 isn't impressed. Audrey gets annoyed and threatens him with a machine gun. Suddenly, 47 throws his bag onto the table, it explodes with a flashbang. In the middle of the chaos, he grabs 2 machine guns and wipes out the guards. Audrey tries to fight back, firing wildly. 47 takes cover behind a wall, then tosses a grenade that hits Audrey and makes him drop his weapon. 47 approaches him, aims a pistol, and asks where Belkov is. Audrey doesn't know anything, so 47 kills him and walks away. After that, he leaves with Nika and they board a train heading to Russia. On the way, he tells her to get off at the last stop, start a new life, and forget the past. Nika asks if she'll ever see him again. He tells her, "After I finish my mission." At the same time, Belikov's double meets with Yuri and orders him to eliminate Agent 47, he's a threat to their plans. Back at Intelligence HQ, Mike finds out from Jenkins that Audrey is dead, and they see the news on TV. Their boss orders the case closed because the Soviet Union won't allow interference. Yuri returns to his office, when suddenly the lights go out and he hears a strange sound. He grabs his gun and moves cautiously, but 47 sneaks up from behind, chokes him out, and kidnaps him. When Yuri wakes up, he finds himself tied to a bathtub full of water, with electric wires and a walkie-talkie in his hand. 47 gives him an order, tell the soldiers to take out the Belikov double, or he's getting electrocuted. Yuri panics. 47 gives him 30 minutes to decide. Meanwhile, the Belikov double is preparing to give a speech in front of a huge crowd. Security is tight, and Mike and Jenkins are among the audience. Belikov steps onto the stage. Bulletproof glass surrounds him. Yuri, terrified, orders the sniper to shoot him. The sniper breaks the glass, but the guards quickly rush Belikov away. 47 shows up disguised as one of the soldiers, throws a smoke grenade, reveals himself, and takes out the guards. He strangles Belikov and drags him into a side room, but suddenly, another agent attacks him. A brutal fight breaks out. 47 wins, breaking the other agent's arm and leg. He returns to the Belikov double, ties him to a chair, and gets the full truth out of him. He was the one who ordered the real Belikov's assassination. The double begs for his life, offering anything. But 47 refuses, and puts a bullet right in the middle of his forehead. The forces outside realize the president is dead, and they start spraying the place with gunfire from a helicopter. 47 hides. When the shooting stops, he sits calmly in Belikov's place, pretending to surrender. Police and special forces arrest him. Mike rides with them in a car. But suddenly, other cars cut them off. It turns out Smith, the one working with 47, was behind it. Smith talks to Mike. While they're speaking, Mike looks for 47, but he's gone. That's when he realizes Smith helped him escape. We return to the present. 47 had told Mike he wasn't there to kill him, and showed him the body of the real agent who had been sent to take him out. He told Mike he saved his life. Mike thanks him, and 47 walks away. Back in Russia, 47 watches Nika from a distance. It's clear he fell for her. And that's where the movie ends. If you like the recap, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to support our work, and stay tuned for daily summaries. See you in the next one.